Yeah, man. Basically, I decided to name the workshop Beatwriters. You know.
We've got a great initiative called Beatwriters, which is predominantly focusing on the producers and the writers of music.
Instead of having separate workshops, rather bring the two together because they usually have to work together a lot. So far we've covered a lot. We've covered anything from, publishing, the business side of it, the branding, the art of production itself, the art of writing itself, mental health and how to survive the industry and how to maneuver the industry and how to actually be independent and not depend on the machine.
And at Handle, what we do is public relations, we do artist management, we do brand development and sponsorship as well. So during this course of this week, I'm just hoping to interact with some of you guys to help you package your brand in order to present your brand to the public and to stakeholders internally and externally.
CD Baby is just an aggregator to sell your music in all the digital stores, more than 150 stores. It's a DIY platform. If you are an upcoming artist or you are an independent artist, you can now have your music on Spotify, on Deezer, on everywhere, wherever the digital music is, on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram. You can have your music everywhere, selling it yourself. You don't need a distributor. You can distribute yourself, to be there.
We must look at those other avenues as well, and let's not limit ourselves. Even as a writer, don't limit yourself to writing a song. When there's an American rapper called Master Ace, when he was here, he said, if you can tell a story in 4 minutes, don't limit yourself into music. You can turn that into a feature film. You can turn that into, you can stretch it, turn it into an article. If you're a writer, you can write a book. Don't limit yourself to 3 verses and 3 choruses.
Limit yourself in anything, you have to try to experience as many things as possible. That's how you become a better person. But sticking in your comfort zone, that will never ever make you one of the best people. We've been given the opportunity, we get to create something from scratch and it doesn't exist, and that's a gift that he needs to protect. Because sometimes he feels insecure, maybe the money's not coming in, but I always try to remind him, that ability to create something from scratch that doesn't exist and make it something, not only do you make it something, it becomes a big part of people's lives.
Yeah. When you go into these offices, the person that can walk a deal in is usually somebody that got the savvy of understanding the streets and understanding it, So as an MC or as a beat maker, whatever you are, 9 times out of 10, you're not that and that. So you get with somebody that's that. And then when you do, you just entered into a politic. You know what I'm saying?
I think what kept me going was the passion and the love for what I'm doing, A lot of people step into this space looking for fame. I want to be famous. I want to, you know what I mean? And I used to use a small sequencer called, a Yamaha Q300. It was a small little sequencer. See, the minute you say, I am going to be a producer, you also need to learn how to play an instrument, because for you to compose, you need to be able to play, that's number 1. Number 2, you also need to train your ears, so that you can hear elements nicely and so on and so forth. Number 3 is being a dope engineer. You also have to be a dope, because what's the use of having a dope song that I cannot hear elements on? Then it's no longer as dope as it's supposed to be,
So I pretty much think of everything like an engineer. I always try to think of a process if I have a process, then I'm able to replicate that process. So I don't have to think too much about it. So what's a process of making a song? For me, it's like coming up with the idea, making the beat, like a song idea. Like I'm a big dreamer. So like before I go in the studio, I always have like a big idea. I'm like, okay, I want this song to do this. Ooh, it'd be nice to do this. And I like to have like a feeling. Like, okay, once I have a feeling, I'm like, great. Then I'll title the project before I even put down anything. I'm like, cool. And then once I've got it titled, I'm like, cool, what does it sound like? What is the main instruments? Like, is it lush, is it super energetic, or is it like mid-energy, is it mid-tempo, is it a slow jam? Then like once I've written that down, I'm like, cool, we got a vibe. Sometimes you can make a song with 2 sounds. If you know how to bring the best character out of them, then you're done. Your job is done. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. La, la, yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you want to be great at anything, you gotta also learn to humble yourself and work with other people, you know, and be able to follow it. And eventually you will also become a leader, you know, in what you're doing, you know. And it's important to make sacrifices, like we said, about, you know, whatever money you get, put it aside for your passion and chase your dreams, man. And my first job, I with the paycheck I got, I bought myself an MPC from a homie, an OG who didn't want keys anymore. He actually didn't understand it at all. I bought it from him 2010. And I did like just a live demonstration a couple of months later, and the guy was there and he was like, damn, I shouldn't have sold it. Because he also moved it for like $1,000 that giveaway. So the MPC 1000 was just, it was dope, but for me it was too rigid. Then they introduced the Renaissance where it's like, you know, you can operate with software and also run it. And I was like, oh, that's dope because I can finish songs immediately, you know. So I went to A1 Sound and I invested in this one, and yeah, man, I feel like the time I was not rapping, I learned to sharpen production skills, you know.
originated from a very small town in Eastern Cape called Flagstaff, 4810. Been very eye-opening for me. I've received so much information. It's been just like 3 days, imagine, and I've grown so much, not just musically, but emotionally as well. So it has helped me a whole lot.